Hey there, we're working on 923. This one's going to be broken down into two separate days. And so this lesson this is just the first part of it. And then the second part of it will be for tomorrow. And so this part is what is the portion, and we're going to talk about percent discounts, and all that work you've been doing on percents prior to should hopefully really help you with this one. Ignore the green for a moment as we jump into 949. I'm going to kind of bounce a little bit to help us understand what's happening here. So 949 is shopping Shirley. Shirley won a shopping spree from Daisy's department store. She can spend up to $150 on anything in the store. During Daisy's deal days, the store marks down its prices and pays for all the sales tax. Shirley would like to buy each of the items shown in the table below. She knows the original price of each item as well as the marked discount for each item. So there it is. That's the price and the discount. And the big question is, right, what is the sales price? What's the sales price? Because that's how much you want to spend. Again, I'm going to have you ignore the green for just a moment. I'm going to just note the scarf information. We are going to $37.20. I'm going to jump ahead just a touch, and I'm going to go to this part, and then we'll bounce back. So $9.50, Shirley was trying to calculate the sale price of the scarf that she wants after the original price of $37 is marked down 20%. She got out her notepad, sketched the picture below to help her visualize this problem. So you can see that 100% is the $37, right? And she has the 10% value, the 20%, and all this other stuff. She goes, anyways, work with your team to interpret her diagram and explain what the $3.70 is. Let's just do this. What's the 370 mean? 370 is 10% of $37, right? We've been working on that, and should be pretty straightforward, right? Just 10%. Move that decimal place. 37 becomes 3.7. What's the 740 mean? Right up here. Well, 740 is 2 10% or 20% of $37, right? 2 10%. Right, 2 10%, 370 plus 370, right? Okay. Now, what's the next one? 2960. What's the 2960? Well, it's the remaining money, right? It's the remaining money, right? If 20% is $7.40, then 2740 plus 2960 equals $37, doesn't it? Well, the remaining money, or 2960 is the discount price. Meaning that's the price we pay. What you pay. But Mr. Crone, don't we pay 20%, right? Don't we pay 20%? Let's go back up here. This is what we call the discount. It's how much money we're taking off, not how much money we're paying for it. So when we calculate our stuff, we just need to make sure that we're careful, and we note that this is how 20% is how much we take away from the main price, right? It's how much we take away from the main price. Now, if we take a second, we look at that green chart there on the right, what I did is I took the time to calculate the 10%, the 5%, and the 1%. And how did I do that? Well, I actually left the bottom one open, the shirt one open, just to show you again, remind you how we do that. So if it's $21, 10% is where we move that decimal place over. That's 2.1. To get 1%, we just shift that decimal place one more time. And 5% is half, right? Half of 10%. Half, 1/2. So half of 210, well, I'm sorry, half of 2.1 is 1.05. Okay, so that's how I calculated the rest of those. I just put them all in there. So when we go to do the sale price, what we're going to do is we are going to take the actual price of it, 37, and we need to subtract 20%. 20% is 2 of those, the $3.70. Now, we already did it down below. It's the 740, right? It's the 740. So minus 20%, which is 740. And what does that equal? That equals that price of 29.6. I didn't give myself a lot of space, did I? There we go. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm working on just calculating these sale prices, right? So the sale price for the 50 dress shoes is $56. $56 minus, now in here I need the 10 and the 5%. Okay, the 10% is 5.6 and the 5% is 2.8. We put those two things together to get 8.4. You can calculate those yourself if you need to, 8.4. And that will give us then the price that we're looking for, $47.60. Now these are all in dollars. Okay. The 30%, which right here is the necklace. Oops, there's the necklace. Let's subtract 5%. Now I already did that, right? So it's the 30 minus 1.5. That's 5% to give us $28.50. 36 for the skirt and 25% off. So what I would do is, 36 minus, now 25%, we need two 10% and a 5%. Okay, and we're going to find that there's actually a different way to do that, a different way for us to calculate those things, but I'll save that for just a little bit. 3.6 plus 3.6 is 7.2, and 7.2 plus 1.8 is 9. $27. 12%. Now this one's a little tricky. What we're going to do is we need one 10% and two 1%, right, to get to 12. So we're going to take that $45, which by the way is the sweater, and we will subtract a 10%, which is $4.50, plus two 1%. That's 90 cents. So that's $5.40, right? $5.40, and that turns out to be $39.60. Now, we run into a problem when it says 1/3 off. And what we find is these aren't always the best way to do these things. Now, 1/3, remember, what percent is that? That's 33.3 repeating forever. Not something very easy for us to do. So, not at least with this information. So we need another way. And so what we can do is we remind ourselves of the total times the percent, written as a decimal, is equal to the part. So right up here, what I have is I had the $37 from the sweater. This is the first one. I multiply by 0.2 because that's 20% as a decimal to get 7.4. The original price minus 7.4, this should look awfully familiar, right? That comes up there, is $29.60. Okay. A different way to do this is to take that $37 and actually we're going to multiply it by 0.8. Why? Go back to our picture here. This part right here is 80%. It's 80% because it is 100%. Take away the discount of 20% to give us 80%. What is 37 times 0.8? Oops, $29.60. It is 100% of the money, $37. Take away 20% of the money to give us 80% of the money. And that's where that 0.8 comes from. Okay. So it's just another way to do it. Anyway, let's go back in the shirt. The shirt's $21. Now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by what is 1/3 off. Well, we could write that as, and I told you keep writing this as a decimal. You can actually do it as a fraction also. And what we could do is just multiply it by the 1/3 off. 21/3, that's $7. And $7 taken away from 21 is $14. So it's another way for us to do that, okay? There we go, $14. Now, could you have gone here and said, instead, I would like to do 21 times not 1/3, but 2/3 to get my price, and I would have got 21 because that is 21 times 2 over 3, which is 42 divided by 3, which is $14. All right, now stuff should go a little bit faster, hopefully. Okay, well, we already went through 50. Calculate the remaining sale prices. We already did that. Can she afford to buy them all? If not, what should she leave off? Okay, so you can calculate if all of these would add up to what? Add up to less than what? Less than, she has to be spending less than $150, doesn't she? Now, if we add up all those prices, do you know what the total is? Probably haven't calculated it to this point, right? The total is, whoops, we'll leave it. Total is $146.70 if you add them all up. She can buy it all, right? Happy times. She got herself, right, a shirt, a sweater, a skirt, a necklace, dress, shoes, scarf, right? All of those items. Okay. Now, let's move on here. Shirley bought a pair of socks to match a new outfit. The original price of the socks was $8, but the tag said $2 off. Find the percent discount for the socks. At this same discount rate, how much would Shirley save on the item that was originally priced at $5 or at $50? Okay, so the total was, the original price was $8, right? We don't know the percent off or the discount, so that's the question mark. I could call it P, couldn't I? And what does it equal? It's $2 off. $2 off means what did I pay for? I paid for 6. Discount rate. Find the percent. Percent discount. So what we'll do is we will put, we'll leave what is that discount right there. And that discount was $2 off, right? So what we do is we undo multiplication with division. So 2 divided by 8 is 1/4 or 0.25 or 25%, right? 25%. So then if we go back, what at that same discount rate, how much would Shirley save? Not how much would she spend, how much would she save? That was $5 or $50. So at $5, right, if it were $5 times the percent, right, that would equal how much money she would save. And you can do that on the side, find out that that's $1.25. And if you did the same thing for 50, that would turn out to be $12.50. Okay. All right, I think this is our last problem. Yep. All right, last one here for today, 53. Janet wanted to go to the concert, and the tickets cost $25 each. She found a website advertising customers would save $7 by purchasing the tickets through their website. She wonders what percent of the original price she would be saving. She drew the diagram below to help her visualize this problem. There you go. So there's the $7, right? That $7 is somewhere here, right? We know it's greater than 5 and less than $7.50, right? Somewhere in there. So we know it's greater than 20% and less than 30%, right? So she could see from her diagram that $7, which we already just discussed, is somewhere between 20 and 30%, right? Craig looked at Janet's diagram and said, first, I think it would be useful for us to know what 1% of $25 is. Discuss with your team, how could it be useful to know 1%? Well, we really figured that stuff out right here, didn't we? Because if we found out what 1% is, we can go up each percent. Like in this case, it was so easy for us to do 12% when we could just move up 1% at a time, right? So that's what we're going to do here. How could it be useful? It's useful because we can find out how many more percent $7 is than $5, right? Than $5, right? So what is, well, now it asks for this in B, find 1% of $25, right? Let's work on that. So if 1%, right, we know that 10% is $2.50, then we know that 1% is a quarter, right? It's 1 quarter. So if we think about that, right, at 20%, it was $5, right? So what we could do is we can say this, at 20%, it was $5. Whoops, don't need that anything here. And what I could say is, let's add another percent. Percent is 25 cents. Now, what's my goal? My goal is that this equals what? $7. Okay, $7. So here we go. So it's got to equal a total of $7, right? So that's 1%. Well, that doesn't get me there, does it? Right? That only gets me to $5.25. Another 1% would get me to what? $5.50, right? And if I just keep going, this would get me up one more dollar because what? Because that would be 4 quarters, right? So I'm still not at $7, right? Where am I at right now? I'm at 5 plus 1, that's 6. So I need to go another, 4%, because that would get me up $1. Oops. That would give me one additional dollar for the total of what? $7, right? There we go. So what is that? What does that add up to? Right? 20, 1, 2. Well, that makes it look like subtraction. Let's do this. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 28%. Okay, and what is that? That equals $7. Now, could we have done that a little quicker? Actually, yeah, we could. If you take a look at this and you notice that 1%, right? From $7, that's 50 cents. Well, 1% is 25%, so that's 2%, right? That's 2% of that. So 30% minus 2%, I can make that work as a percent, equals 28%, right? So that's another way for us to do that. You worked backwards from 30%, okay? Is that it? Yeah, it is. All right. Continue to work hard at being proficient and robust. Show all of those problems that you've been working on, the justification and all that. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day.